There's a big phenomenon on YouTube at the moment. ASMR videos. Videos where you hear sounds or whispers. People are watching them, and perhaps you've seen one. In this video, I want to share with you how ASMR can help you as a speaker, as somebody who gets what they want. Let's get started. ASMR. What is it? Well, it stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a phenomenon of hearing quiet sounds, perhaps the crinkling of paper or foil, the rubbing of a rough surface, or perhaps whispering or smacking of lips. And hearing these sounds, these very quiet sounds, creates a certain autonomous response in the listener. That is, they start to feel tingly. Perhaps hearing my voice like this right now, you feel tingly, or you feel like I'm telling you a secret. Well, that is the way that it's designed to make you feel you're hearing something secretive, something enticing, something perhaps off limits. My question today is, how can we use ASMR as speakers to get what we want, to create the mood we want, to have the effect on our listener that we want? Well, just as I said, it affects you in a certain way. It affects the way you feel the situation, the way you are feeling right now. It's a good demonstration of how we say what we say affects the listener. Remember, it's not what you say necessarily. It's how you say it. So, thinking about intention. If you want to sell somebody something, you don't just want to sell it to them. You want to charm them. What does your charming voice sound like? Perhaps this is going too far. But maybe you want to seduce them. Imagine what it feels like when somebody reaches over to you and they whisper in your ear. Oh, that sense of secretiveness, that sense perhaps of I'm hearing something that nobody else knows. Well, again, maybe you wouldn't use just a whisper, but perhaps where you would speak in a fuller voice, but quiet, gentle, intriguing voice. As though what you were saying to this person, you were only telling them nobody else knew. I've got a secret to tell you. Might intrigue them to want to buy what you have, to listen to you, to be convinced by you, to be awakened by what you're selling. Perhaps your intention is to command. Well, in that case, you might use a commanding voice. But perhaps that's not getting you what you want, and you have to go in through another route. Well, that's a great time to think about your voice, speaking more gently, to coax someone, not with just your words, but with your voice. Maybe you have my book, and if you don't, I suggest you do. My audiobook, 51 affirmations for becoming a more powerful speaker. In part 3 of the audiobook, I share with you affirmations in a whisper, not quite like this, but in a quiet, sotto voce voice, a half-voiced sound. Perhaps you could take one of those affirmations and say it to yourself with an ASMR. Record it for yourself in a whisper. Play it back for yourself and notice how it feels. Perhaps you have a daily affirmation you say to yourself, or one from my book. Maybe you've been trying to say it loudly and fully, full body expression, which I recommend. Well, maybe you want to see what might have another way of opening up your mind and your heart and your emotions. Perhaps you could read it in this whispered voice. See how that makes you feel. Perhaps you could record that affirmation in this voice and play it back for yourself and see how it makes you feel. ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Try using it today to make a change in the way people perceive and hear you. If you liked this whispering video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.